Your actions have changed the world.
Hello, and welcome back to Hitman 3 and the Year 2 content, the Elusive Target Arcade, which is essentially just another escalation for the elusive targets. So we will be taking care of the Codices, and level 1 takes us to the Isle of Scale, where we will be taking out Jimmy Chen the reporter. Just remember that we also have to collect up his dictaphone, and we can only eliminate our target. So for this challenge, or this target, we will be bringing with us a briefcase with a remote automatic gas grenade inside. I've opted to bring with me my silenced pistol just in case things go south. So right from the start and off the bat, we have to make our way all the way over to the chapel area, where we can then acquire ourselves a disguise. And on the way there, we are going to retrieve our gas grenade from the briefcase and quickly replace it inside. That will then activate it, and we can at some point select the detonator. But for now, we are just going to continue on towards the chapel area, and we're going to go down into the crypts, and we are going to get ourselves a guard's outfit. So once we get into the chapel area here, we are trespassing, so we're going to crouch down. We're just going to drop our briefcase just around by the crate here somewhere. I'm going to put it on the far side here just in case. And we have two guards in the crypt ahead of us, one of which will now move off to his right, and when he does, we can make our way over to the sarcophagus here, grab the assault rifle and drop it on the floor as we exit. We're then going to hug the wall here, and when the patrolling guard returns, he will then spot that gun and he will move in to take it away. And when he does, we can then subdue him from around the corner. Yes, it is. It's a firearm. You shouldn't leave them lying around. Someone might pick it up. So once he comes to move it away, we can then render him unconscious from around the corner. We're going to hide his body in the crate provided, and we're going to take his outfit. And then we're going to collect up our gas grenade in a briefcase, select our detonator, and we are now going to make our way to the gallery area. Now be aware there are two of the elite Archean guards who patrol around quite a large area of the building, one of which will be an enforcer. And as we pass along that walkway there, we want to stick to the left because there is a camera on the right. But once we make our way into the gallery, we're going to make our way over to this far corner right here, and we're going to wait for Mr. Chen, who is actually over in the opposite corner to us at present. He will eventually make his way over to us to make a recording on his dictaphone, and when he comes over, we can then walk up to him, detonate our gas grenade, and he will then make his way to the nearest bathroom to be sick. So if you haven't guessed, this is our target right here, Mr. Chen, posing as a waiter, and he's going to make his way right over into the corner, and as soon as he gets there, we're going to trigger our gas grenade next to him, and he's going to go out the door just to our right and into the bathroom. Now once in this bathroom, they have removed the crate that is usually in there for the elusive target, so we will be seeing some kittens today. So once he makes it into the bathroom, we are just going to close the door behind us, and once he's in position, we can then see our kittens.
Target eliminated. Well done, 47. Don't forget to pick up the voice recorder.
So once Mr. Chen has choked his last, we're going to pick up his dictaphone. You'll see his body is spotted immediately upon our leaving the bathroom. And all that's left for us to do is to retrace our steps back down to the harbour, and I am going to change back into my suit just so that we don't have to worry about avoiding any enforcers. So there we go, level 1 of the Elusive Target Arcade taken care of, and essentially that's all this is just a group of elusive targets. Instead of just one a month, which is what we used to get, or one every 6 weeks, we now have them in little groups, and this one is a group of 3. So level 1 taken care of, and we will get confirmation here of the Silent Assassin rating. There we go. So we're going to move on now to level 2, and level 2 is located in Santa Fortuna, and I had quite a lot of trouble with this one. There is a little technique to this which I will explain as we go along. So for this challenge today, we have again one target, elusive as usual. We cannot take out any civilians, and we are only allowed one disguise change if we do one at all. So for this challenge, I will be bringing with me the Seeker 1 Make You Sick Dart Gun, although you can use coins if you wish, and some lethal poison, which is also available on the map in the medical center if you bring a lockpick. I decided to go straight for the poison. So right from the start and off the bat, what we need to do is approach this building here, the purple one just off to our left, and as you can see, our target is not here. We're looking for 3 extra people, and if the target is not there, we're just going to quickly restart the mission. You may need to do this several times, but eventually you will get to the purple building, and using instinct you will see a man sitting down at the back of the room. That is our target. So we need a change disguise. We need a street guard outfit, and probably the safest one to get our hands on will be all the way over by the shaman's hut, and that would be one of these 2 gentlemen right here, not working very hard at all. You're supposed to be looking for the shaman. You're not going to find him right by your vehicle on the road. He's actually about 50 yards off to your right. So we're going to trigger a conversation between these 2 guards, and when that finishes, or before that finishes even, we're going to make our way into the jungle very briefly, and eventually one of those guards, as part of his job, will come into the jungle to look for the shaman. So we're going to make our way in there just now, just before the conversation finishes. We're going to wait right here by this large rock, and one of our targets will eventually come into this area. He will have a very quick look around before deciding the shaman isn't here, even though he can see his hut from where he is, and he will then turn around and return to his colleague, and we are going to interrupt him before he gets there. So he's actually gone off and he's using his binoculars at the moment. So the best thing to do here, rather than just wait around, is make your way back out onto the road quickly, or a little bit slowly than I would like. That will then trigger once again the routine for these 2 guards, and as you can see, one of them is about to head this way. So we're going to get back into position. If you wait out on the road, the guard will not go and use his binoculars. He will come straight in here, but he will stop a little bit closer to the road, and we won't be able to get behind him, render him unconscious without being seen. No, you're not doing this. There you go. So as soon as he turns around, we're going to crouch down, render him unconscious. We're going to drag his body into the foliage just behind us, and we're going to take his outfit. A little bit time consuming, but worth it in the long run. So once we have the street guard's outfit on, we can then remake our way back down to our target, the Revolutionary, and we can now access the purple building. And what we're going to do is make our way straight inside. There is one enforcer off to our right on the route, but if you run straight past on the left, he will not spot you. So there are two guards up here. One is an enforcer, one is not. And we're going to take our Seeker 1 and we're going to shoot the non-enforcer just at the top of the stairs there with the Seeker 1, and he will get sick and he will go to be sick. And we are going to quickly make our way back up the stairs. Excuse me, sir. Thank you. As you can see, the Revolutionary is now just starting one of his propaganda broadcasts. So he's going to be there for a minute or so. That gives us an opportunity to go and catch up with the rather ill feeling guard, and we can then render him unconscious and take him out of the equation. So he's just around the back of the building here, so we're just going to render him unconscious quickly. You can leave his body right where it is, but I decided to pull him a little bit closer to the building just in case. And then we can retrace our steps once again back round to the front of the building and up the stairs. And what we're waiting for is the Revolutionary to finish his little broadcast, and the enforcer, who you haven't actually seen just yet, will turn his back to this area, and that will allow us to poison the Revolutionary's glass. Revolutionary, the gentleman there, will now go and drink from that glass. He will then make his way out onto the balcony, and the enforcer with the shotgun you can see on the right there will turn his back, and it gives us the opportunity to poison the glass. I should point out at this point, do not walk in front of that camera. It is an active camera that works just like the CCTV cameras, so we want to avoid getting spotted by the camera. So once the glass has been poisoned, all we have to do is await the return of our target. He will sit down to start another broadcast, but because we triggered the broadcast earlier, he will almost immediately stand back up and go and drink from his glass of wine. And when he does, he will regret it almost immediately. So he's now back at his glass of wine. We're going to get ourselves a slightly better view here. And down he goes.
The money is being transferred now, 47. Now to find an exit.
That's a very good idea, Diana. So to avoid the enforcer on our way out, we are going to go around the back of the buildings here. Again, you can run straight past him, this time on the right hand side of the road, but I thought I'd take the safer option and make my way to the bus stop. So that is level 2 of our elusive target escalation taken care of, and next up will be level 3. So for level 3 we are back on the Isle of Scale with Miranda Jameson, and we have a number of stipulations here. Headshots only, no civilian casualties, 1 disguise change, and we have to retrieve her notebook. So we will be starting at the warehouse, and the only item we require to bring with us will be a silenced pistol.
Welcome to the Isle of Scale, 47. Miranda Jameson has been sighted on the island, but her exact whereabouts are unknown. We do know she's not carrying her notebook around with her, so look out for both. Happy hunting.
So right from the start and off the bat, we're going to make our way to our left by the crates here, pull out our silenced pistol and take out the camera on the wall in front of us. That will take care of our exit. And then we're going to exit via the door behind us and out through the window, along the ledge and onto where the helicopter used to be. It's not here anymore. And we're just going to wait here by this pillar for the 2 patrolling Archean guards, one of which appears to be a super enforcer. He seems to be an enforcer to most, if not all, outfits. And once the 2 Archean guards will move off to their left any time now, boys. Thank you very much. And we are going to follow them at a discreet distance, and they're going to make their way into the main building of the castle, and we're going to head for that crate you can see just ahead of us. So we're going to get ourselves tucked up nice and tight into the corner here, and behind us you will see a oil tanker. So we're going to quickly pull out our silenced pistol and take a shot at the valve. And unfortunately, for some reason, I have apparently missed, although that looked pretty well lined up to me. That will trigger off the warehouse worker to run away and get help. That gives us a chance to take a second shot. There is Miss Jameson in the red trousers, making her way into the chapel area. And we are going to make our way into the chapel area via the broken window there. And she's going to have a quick conversation with one of the warehouse workers in this area. And we are in this area for her notebook. And you can see there is an enforcer warehouse worker just over by the right hand side where Miss Jameson is now. And that is where the notebook is. So she will eventually make her way out and over to the oil tank to have a cigarette, and the enforcer warehouse worker will either go and talk to another warehouse worker, and if that happens we can then go and watch Miss Jameson pass away. But for some reason in this run the warehouse worker's conversation doesn't trigger, and she moves on to the very next part of her routine, which gives us a very small window in which to grab the notebook. And if we're quick enough we can then retrace our steps back out of the window, make our way back over towards the warehouse, and we will be in time to watch Mrs. Jameson or Miss Jameson keep nice and warm very briefly. So once she's in position, I've opted to stay here. You can, if you wish, just start heading for the exit and wait for her to die, or if you so wish you could probably get a little closer for a better view. But I was a little bit paranoid about the 2 Archean patrolling guards, so I decided to keep my distance. But there goes our target.
Job done, 47.
Head for an exit and I'll wire the money as per usual.
So with the target now deceased and the notebook in our possession, we are going to retrace our steps back into the warehouse area via the ledge and the window. And we're going to go right back to our starting position, as there is an exit in the room where we began. So just be aware there is a patrolling guard in this area, and he has a short routine that moves around in a very small square in this space. So once he moves past this point, we will then have a clear path to the exit down the ladder. So as he moves away, we can then make our way to the exit. And that is the first of the Elusive Target Arcades taken care of. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.